This week's book recommendation is Profit First: Transform Your Business from a Cash-Eating Monster to a Money-Making Machine by Michalowicz. Now, I'm probably saying his name wrong. That's how I learned how to say that name when I was living in the Czech Republic. But if I'm saying it wrong, if it's Michalowicz or Michalowicz, he just calls himself Mike in the book because he talks about how so many people butcher his name. So I didn't actually hear him say it. So excuse me if I have his name wrong, but it's Mike Michalowicz. This book, as you heard in my interview with Liz McVoy, really helped transform the way I think about paying myself in my business and in my life, about getting my needs met first and making sure that I am fully resourced as a business owner, as a writer, and as a human being before I go and resource other people and other things. I know that it can be really tricky thinking about budgeting and monetizing. And I know that when you start out a business, which writers are a business, a lot of you are in a business, it can be difficult to think about even paying yourself. I remember I ran my business for a year back in the day when I first started, and I never once paid myself. I was in debt because my business, there was always that next course to take, or that next employee I wanted to bring on, or that next thing I wanted to invest in, or the next and the next and the next. And next thing I knew, I had a beautiful website that I'd paid a designer wonderful money for, and I was making no money myself. Profit First helped me make that shift from going at it from a percentage perspective. A certain percentage of what I make has to go to certain different things. And that helped me because whether I made $10 or hopefully someday soon $10 million, I wanted to know that I was being conscious in the way I was spending my money, both business-wise and in my life. For example, after reading Profit First and after thinking around, I delegate 10% of everything that I make to donating back. We delegate 10% of our spots in School for Writers and all of our programs to scholarship recipients because I wanted 10%, whether I made $100 or whether I made $100 million, to go towards supporting other people. So I love this concept of thinking about money, thinking about profit, thinking about paying myself and resourcing myself first that Mike Michalowicz talked about in this book. So many of the people that I admire that are business people really based their building their business off of the Profit First model. It is not imperfect, and it has some finagling and some finessing that I had to do on my own. But I really highly encourage grabbing yourself a copy of Profit First by Mike Michalowicz so you could just start to think about how, even if you're just starting out, you don't even have a business yet, but starting from the beginning, thinking about how you can transition to making sure that your business doesn't suck all the money out of it, that you're able to actually create, instead of having this like hobby that keeps all your money and time, you're actually able to create a profitable business. And for those of you writers that are sitting here thinking right now, like, well, I'm not in business, I'm not an entrepreneur like Lauren. Well, think about it this way. You're going to put a book out in the world. You want to make sure that whatever percentage you get back from that, you're being conscious of how that money is spent. So think of yourself as an entrepreneur, a creative entrepreneur, and think of yourself as deserving to be paid for your labor and for your goods, which is a great way to start understanding how to do that using this book. Now, I listened to it on audiobook, and it's rare that I say don't get it on audiobook because y'all know how much I love me some audiobooks, but I actually think this is a book I really wish I had bought the physical copy of it so I could take notes in it. I have my notes app is so full and my thumbs hurt from taking notes while I was listening along. So I would say grab yourself a copy. If you love audiobooks, you can. It was still great, and he's hilarious. So having Mike Michalowicz in your head was really cool to like listen to, but if you want to use it as a workbook, I highly suggest getting a physical version of it. You can grab yourself a physical version of the book by using our bookshop.org link in our bio. Not only does that let you buy it through an independent bookstore of your choosing, it also is an affiliate link that helps support the School for Writers podcast. And if you'd like to do an audiobook, we highly suggest using Libro.fm. It's our favorite way to get audiobooks. And we have a link for that in our bio that gets you a free audiobook and us a free audiobook. So it's a win-win. Go out, get yourself a profit, understand the way that you deserve to be resourced, and grab yourself a copy of Profit First: Transform Your Business from a Cash-Eating Monster to a Money-Making Machine by Mike Michalowicz.